This is the Renault Megane Trophy R, and it's like the GT3 RS of hot hatchbacks, stripped out, tons of carbon fibre and made for the purists. And we're here in North Wales, home to many B roads, or shall I call it home turf for this amazing car. I'm Max Attavani and welcome to Driven Plus. Over the years, the Megane has saw some awesome models, the R26R, the RS, and to top it all off, in came this, the Trophy R. But I remember when this car first came out in 2019, because the price was extortionate. To even get in one, you had to cough up £51,000. Then if you wanted to spec it to the Nürburgring record version, which gave you carbon wheels and carbon ceramic brakes, you had to cough up a staggering £74,000. Imagine going to the pub and telling your mates, I've bought a Renault, lads, for £74,000. Now you can pick one of these up for around £36,000. And I can't really see him going much lower than what they are now. Look at the R26R. They're becoming mental money. Now remember that Alpine A110 I reviewed? Well, this has the same engine, a 1.8 litre 4-cylinder turbocharged engine producing 296 horsepower and 400 newton meters of torque. The Alpine sent its power to the rear wheels, however this one is front wheel drive. This car doesn't need masses of power due to how light it is, thanks to a few things such as this bonnet here. It's fully carbon fibre, which saves around 8 kilograms, and the top speed of this car is 163 miles per hour, and Renault say it will do a 0 to 60 time of 5.5 seconds. So let's find out. So it's now time to launch the Megane Trophy R from 0 to 60. On your screen now are the stats and figures on this car. Now we know this car isn't made for 0 to 60 times, however there's nothing better than getting better times than what the manufacturers state. So to put this car in launch control, you've got to have it in sport mode, then literally dip the clutch, put it in first, hold the clutch and the throttle at the same time. Launch control on this, there we go. 5.34 seconds. There you go, already 0.2 seconds quicker than what Renault state. But let's go for another run. Right, I found a flaw about this car. It will not, I've tried absolutely everything. I've taken it for a drive. It will not go into launch control for its second run. So there you go. The launch control is a little bit temperamental, but this car's been made for the truck. So I'll let you off. So what we're going to do, we're going to go for run number 2, but I'm going to turn the traction off and try and beat the first time. Do it old school style. So here we go. I've beat it as well. I've beat the launch control. There you go. That's a really impressive time of 5.19 seconds. There you go. Back to the review. Moving on to some more weight saving features, and starting here, it's had a rear wiper delete which saves 3 kilos, and we come all the way down here to a fully functional carbon fibre diffuser which saves 2.3 kilos, and this apparently produces twice the amount of downforce found on the regular Trophy version. And in the middle of that is a full titanium Akrapovic exhaust which saves 7 kilos. Can we start the car to listen to that exhaust? Can we give it a rev? Okay. Put the car in sport mode and try again. Yeah. For a 1.8 litre 4-cylinder engine, it sounds incredible. And when you come to actually drive the thing, you get one of these, a manual gearbox, which of course saves more weight over the usual dual clutch transmission which you find in the Trophy, and of course, it's the better choice anyway. Renault also ditched the 4-wheel steering on this car to save an additional 32 kilos. And I haven't stopped there. Oh no, as you can see, there are no rear seats, which saves an additional 25 kilos. And this glass is thinner, which saves an additional 1 kilogram. Meaning the Trophy R is 130 kilos lighter than the standard Trophy. So, how does it actually drive? It's amazing. What an absolute weapon this car is. Now, considering this has the same engine as the Alpine A110, That was one of the best cars I've ever driven, still to this day as well, by the way. And this car isn't much heavier than that car. And of course, people are going to question, 1.8 litre engine for a hot hatch in 2019 that demanded £51,000 and more. Who's going to pay that? But I can tell you, this engine is so punchy, it's so torquey, and when you get it going, it flies! Driven Plus is more than just YouTube car reviews. We do European tours and UK tours, and you can book on and explore places like here. And even places like here, jaw-dropping mountain passes. And places like here, Monaco. So if you'd like to join us on a trip of a lifetime, head over to our website now to book on your next adventure. But for now, let's get back to the video. I've never driven the regular trophy version of this car, so I can't really comment on how they compare. But the steering feel is amazing, the turning is incredible, it's so precise on the road. I'm not sat here thinking, oh yeah, I'm missing that four-wheel steer which they had on the regular trophy. No way. And even the suspension, it's adjustable from factory, which is all very good, and the ride is firm. Remember that one, it's a serious car. It's going to be, and you've got all your RS drive modes down here, so you've got comfort, neutral, race, sport and personalisation. But if you hold the RS button down, it will go into race mode, it will turn the ESC off, so you dip the clutch, bring it down a gear and really chuck this around a corner. It becomes so playful, just frees up that front wheels and you really can feel that front differential dig in and pull you out the other side. And you compare that with steering feel and you just gain this massive confidence in this car. So how does it compare to the R26R? Now the reason I'm comparing the two is because I've driven both now, and if you want to watch my review on that car, click on the pop-up banner. There's no denying the fact that this car is far superior in terms of technology and so forth, but the R26R gives you more of a raw experience. This is much more refined compared to the two cars, but there's still a bit of road noise coming in because you've got no back seats. But this gives you much more flexibility. You can actually live with this on a day-to-day occasion compared to the R26R, because that car is very serious. You know, the buckets are very aggressive, and obviously you've got the 6-point harnesses in that car full time. These the 6-point harnesses in this are optional. With the Trophy R, you don't just experience a thrilling drive, but you also experience exclusivity, with only 500 made worldwide, with this being number 449. Inside of the car, and I have to start with these Sabelt Racing bucket seats. Not only do they look mega, they feel mega when you sat in them. They're grippy as hell because they're Alcantara RS logo stitch on there, and you've got the red stitching coming throughout, and that carries on onto the armrest there, onto the handbrake, onto the gear surround, and the steering wheels there. That's Alcantara. That's lovely to hold. You get an ambient light in here on the door card with this carbon fibre effect, and the actual layout of the interior. It's a nice place to be. There's not a lot going on, but it's built well. Some nice materials and squidgy leather there, all very nice. Infotainment wise, you get the base 7-inch screen, and the reason is you don't get the upgraded one is because this screen saves 250 grams. And storage wise, your glove box is a very good size. You've got your 2 cup holders there, and center console is actually a big size as well. And you've got the rest of the car to choose from because you get no rear seats. Every part of this car has a job. Even this air duct here, it feeds air into the engine and then down below through the diffuser, which increases its aerodynamic profile. Carbon wheels were an optional extra, and they would have set you back a staggering £10,000. And as standard, you've got these 19-inch forged alloy wheels, which look cool, and behind them you've got upgraded discs and upgraded Brembo calipers. Carbon ceramic brakes were also an optional extra. The gearbox works brilliantly. The clutch is perfectly weighted, the gearbox is nice and tight, it's very precise. This is a proper driver's hot hatchback. And I'll say one thing, I haven't been driving this that long, and the fuel tank isn't that big. It's got a small tank, I suppose that helps weight, but I suppose you'll be stopping for fuel a lot more than what you'd think. The thing I like about the Megane, and it's not just the Megane, it's the Clios as well, the hot versions of the two cars, is how they drive. They just drive amazing. The recipe is simple, just a good front wheel drive, hot hatch, and it puts a smile on your face. They both look good. This looks amazing, it looks really aggressive. Yeah, I think we have to be appreciative of Renault. So I'd like to personally thank Griff for letting me get a review on this epic car today. I've had loads of fun behind the steering wheel of this thing. Would I have one? Yes, because the way this drives, it's so precise. You know, the feedback this car gives you puts a smile on your face. And that's the main thing. This car is actually coming with us to the Nürburgring when we go in a couple of weeks, so keep an eye out for that video. This thing's going to be epic on the Nürburgring, I'll say that. Leave a like on the video, subscribe to our channel if you want more of this content, and we'll see you soon. Thank you very much, and goodbye.